one person might not be able to change the world, but you can mean the world for one person or penguin. At least that's what Althea Louise Berman-Wetpal believed when she founded SANCCOB in 1968. And here we are, 50 years later, ready to do our part. I've got the lovely Debbie with me. She's an intern here, and she's going to be showing me how to make a protein packing smoothie for our lovely little penguins today. So Debbie, chat me through what we're going to be doing today. I think the first step is, of course, the fish is the most important.
Yes,
you know.
most important is the fish.
So I'm going to be starting having a look at them. From what I understand, we can't quite put the whole beautiful thing in, so we need to chop the head off, of course, yes. So I'll start doing that so long. I've been told that, you know, in life, as in smoothies, you get out what you put in. So it's really important to make sure we're putting in the right ingredients for them today. As you know, there are a lot of fish in the sea, so why are we using this fish specifically? Why are we using these?
This fish is the one that makes up almost 80% of their diet. So since that's what they normally eat in the wild, we try and stick to that as much as we possibly can.
Awesome, awesome. And it's as close to their natural diet as possible, which is what we want to aim for as well at the end of the day. And I know that there have been a lot of different issues in terms of oil spills. I mean, in South Africa, since 1948, there have been, 13 oil spills along South Africa's coast. So when these oil spills occur, the petroleum oil obviously damages the penguins' feathers, it makes them almost cook up together in a way, and that exposes them to water and all kinds of different elements. So a lot of them actually die from being cold. And so hopefully our protein smoothie will help them a little bit, help them restore that natural balance in their fur coat here. And we'll be able to sort it out from there. So tell me a little bit about why you started working here today.
Well, I did my master's last year, and while it was really awesome, it wasn't very practical, a lot of theory. So I really wanted to do something practical and involved with the marine life that I've been studying for so long. So that's why I'm volunteering here at the moment.
I think it's wonderful when volunteers really practice what you preach. A lot of people say that we are passionate about the environment, we love animals, we love fish, we love taking care of our natural environment, but a lot of times we actually don't walk our talk, and I think it's so incredible to come down and have organizations like this available where you can be really, really making a palpable difference. So we're chopping these babies up a little bit. How far are we at? We need to get to 220. And we know that this happens twice a day, that this whole thing goes down. They get smoothies in the morning and then a smoothie at lunch as well.
Depends on the bird. Some of the birds who were quite badly injured or were very underweight when they bring in, then they get formula at lunchtime and breakfast, and sometimes even supper. Some of the penguins, once they've recovered a bit, we stop giving them formula and we move them onto fish as they recover.
Yes, as they get there, because obviously when they first arrive here, the whole process of SANCCOB is rescue, rehabilitation, and then release. So the aim is hopefully to release them. I think we've got enough in there. It's enough fishiness in there. Looking very yummy. We're going to be saving these and using them later for some of our other tasks here. But I'm going to pop this in so long. We've got a lot of protein going. I thought I drank a lot of vitamins in the morning, but I think these penguins are definitely outweighing me here. What is our first vitamin that we need to be adding? Okay, awesome, Debbie. So things are looking very fishy at the moment, but we're going to clarify everything now. We've got our fish in there. What is next?
Okay, now we're going to add some water just so that we can dissolve all the additions to the smoothie.
Yes, we've got some chunky fish in there, so I suppose the liquid also helps it with the smoothie process for getting there. And what's that in your hand over there?
So this is just a fish eater tablet, which is just a supplement for them.
Cool, and then I break half of that, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so you just split it in half. And then what is the nutrients that you're getting from this one?
Well, each of the things that we're going to add has a variety of different nutrients, and they're all, so that basically together they make up everything that they need. This one has various things in it, including ascorbic acid and various vitamins that they need.
Okay, awesome. What's next?
Then we need to add another vitamin tablet, and this is the one we're going to crush up in there.
Awesome, okay, so we're just going to crush it up a little bit. Most of them can kind of just dissolve in and of their own, but this one we needed to give it a little bit of help. Awesome, and then next?
Next we're going to add the yeast tablets, Brew's yeast tablets.
So
two of those.
So 2 of these bad boys in here.
Just to help with good gut bacteria.
Good gut bacteria. Lots of problems these penguins have that I didn't realize before. Well, hopefully we're helping them to sort everything out so they can get back in the water. The sooner the better. And what's next?
Next we need a zinc tablet. That's the one with the end.
Awesome. Just one of these.
Just one of those.
Just one of these. Well, we know zinc is amazing for humans as well. So I know that I'm going to be having to have a sip of this a little bit later on. We're very excited to try it. It's going to be very fresh and fishy, I think. But it'll be good for me as a human as well. If it's good for the penguins, it's good for Mikaela as well. And this is our very lovable cod liver oil. Many of us are familiar with this. Many of us who have needed to be punished on occasion are familiar with this. So we're doing 1 spoon or a half a teaspoon? A half a teaspoon. So not too much. They haven't been too naughty. They don't need to have a whole, oh, that's just a whole one. Okay. Sorted. And what else is next now?
Unlike us, though, they quite like it.
They do like it. They are fans of this. That's why I was a bit generous with the cod liver oil, because the penguins like it. You know, I'm being nice to them. And that's protein now.
Yes.
So, how much are we having? Is this?
We
is
are
it
just
powder?
going to
Okay.
add half a teaspoon.
A half a teaspoon as well. Get it in there. Good. Okay. And what I love about this, and what I think is so interesting, is that, like you said, it's in liquid form because they can't eat the full fish pieces yet. And then you actually serve it to them through syringes, from what I understand. You just kind of feed them little bits of that. So we have it in liquid form now. What do you do with it from here?
What we do from here is we suck it up into a syringe and then we actually tube it directly down into their stomach. Because these ones that are becoming rehabilitated, they're wild birds, they don't like us and we don't want them to like us. They need to go back into their natural environment once they're better. So it's a bit of a little bit unpleasant process, but it does mean that they don't get attached to us and they don't associate us with food.
That's brilliant, and that also makes sure that they are still independent when they do go out in the wild. They get the fix that they need, and then they're ready to go back out there. What else is it that we need to be putting into the smoothie?
We just need to add some calcium and some more vitamins.
Calcium.
This one.
Okay, awesome.
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. Once again, not too bad for Mikaela or for the penguins. Have you ever tried this before? Because you've been making these, and you have you had a sip of this before?
Well, I have just started, so I have not had the pleasure yet.
Are you going to join me in my tasting?
I will consider it.
Will you consider it? Okay, hopefully by the time the end of this interview is done, I'll be able to have convinced you to join me in this.
Okay.
How are we supposed to know if it's good enough for Sam if we haven't tasted it ourselves? Awesome, okay, so we're just going to do that now.
And the last of the vitamins, and
Okay,
then
cool.
what we call their pre-malt mixture, which is basically just some more nutrients that they need. But we call it that because we give it to them before they malt.
Okay, yes. And how much of this am I going to
Just half a teaspoon of that
Half a
and half a
teaspoon.
teaspoon of this.
Fantastic. And how much of this liquid will feed, is this just like one penguin's meal, or how many penguins would we feed from that?
A penguin normally gets 60 mils at a meal.
Okay, cool. And we're making, how many would we make then?
We're making, this is about 250 mils.
Okay. So we're making for a number of, we'll do half of one as well. Perfect. Okay, cool. Is that it?
That is it. We just now need to pop it on and blend it up, and then we have a smoothie.
Pop it on, blend it up. Now I've been told that this is a very problematic blender. Hopefully this works. Well, hopefully this works, because on this show, blenders always give people issues. So here we go. So what's this say? It's not too bad. Should we add a bit more water if we want? It's okay. It's getting short pulses. Short pulses, getting it through. Getting a bit of a rhythm going. It's not too bad. I imagine it to be a different colour. I don't know. I kind of expected red and gutty and fishy, but it's actually not too bad. I will have to have a sip of this soon, so we'll see. Maybe it's maybe it looks a little worse than it's going to taste. We'll see. I think that's fine. Happy with
Just
that?
turn it on and blend it up till it's nice and liquid.
Oh, there's one button for that. There we go. Okay. So now it's sounding nicely. I think the penguins will be happy with all of that. Awesome. Well, it's looking fresh. It's looking fishy, and we're going to see what it's going to taste like now. If people would like to volunteer, I mean, you've got so many wonderful offices all over South Africa. So if you would also like to come and assist, you can waddle your way down to the SANCCOB offices in Cape Town, Cape St. Francis, as well as right here in Port Elizabeth. So from me, fishtails up. I'm trying to think of a better response, but that's about all I can say, is just give a really cheesy smile, because I'm getting protein, I'm getting fish freshness there. I don't want to drink all of it because we obviously don't want to take the penguin's food away. So I think I'm going to stop right here. One sip is enough for me. Fishtails up. That's some fishy freshness.